today we have another video on going through some more practice questions for the math and reading comprehension part of the selective school exam. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you check out all my other videos if you want some more tips and tricks on how you can ace the selective school exam and learn the correct way of studying for this. Now, before we get started, if you think you're interested in some private selective school exam tutoring classes and would like to join my course, check out the description box down below for some more details on how you can register for a free trial lesson and enroll you or your child for term 1 and 2 selective school exam tutoring lessons. Now, I have over 2 years of teaching experience for the selective school exam. My course includes small group lessons online where we go through all the content and resources that you need to help you ace the selective school exam. Again, if you think you might be interested in signing up, make sure you check out the description box down below for some more details. And anyways, let's get started. I have some reading comprehension questions here, so let's go through them. So question 1 is, we have this quotation. It's called, "It is not knowledge if it is grasped but not retained." So basically the question is asking, what does this quotation emphasize? So what is the main idea of this? The main idea of it will be retaining knowledge. That's the overall idea. So we're saying it's not considered knowledge unless you retain it or remember it. So we can get rid of B and C. Now, it can either be understanding or memory, but the reason why it will be memory as the correct answer is because we're talking about retaining the knowledge, so remembering it. So remembering directly focuses on memory, so we always want to choose the most appropriate answer, even if it seems like multiple options can be the right answer. Now, the next question is related to this little discussion. So let's talk about these 4 comments were made, and let's move on to the question. So which of the following words in comment 4 most strongly implies a moral judgment? So all objects in Western museums that were plundered by colonizing power should be returned to their original owners. So one of these words that are found in this phrase implies a moral judgment. So in this case, the moral judgment would be related to the way a word is said. So the correct answer for this is A, plundered, and the reason for this is it's because it's relating to the moral judgment of being the use of the word plundered helps to emphasize this moral judgment. So that's why it would be most appropriate to answer this question. Which of the comments assumes that the objects under discussion belong to all of humanity? So if we look back at the comments, it says, objects in Western museums are now accessible to visitors from around the world. All the ways in which an object changes hands are valuable parts of its history. Western museums have the resources to take care of objects in their collections, and we already read this one. So if we look at the question, it's asking that which of the comments talks about belonging of all of humanity. Now, comment 1 is actually the only one that actually talks about, a group of visitors. So it talks about accessibility and how it belongs to everyone, because it's saying everyone around the world will be able to access these. So that's the only one that's about the objects being part of everyone and belonging to all of humanity. So that's why it will be A as the right answer. And that's how you solve these reading comprehension questions. Now you're just going to work through a couple of maths questions. So now this first one, if we have a look at it, it says a survey of year 8 students shows that 40% of students walk to school, 1/6 ride their bike, and the remainder catch a bus. Now, the main way you can do this is, because we want to find the ratio, the easiest way to do it is turn them into the same format. So now you notice that they're actually in different formats. So this is in percentage, 40%. This is in a fraction, 1/6, and we don't know the third one. So the easiest thing you can do is turn it into a fraction form, because fractions are a little bit more easier to compare. So if we have this, 40% is simply 4 out of 10. Now we can also simplify this to make it 2 out of 5. Yeah, and we want to compare this to the 1/6. So 1/6 is also just 1/6, right? So now the next thing we want to do is we want to make the denominator the same, because then it's much more easier to compare. So if we make the denominator the same, we can see that the would be 30, since it comes in both times tables of 5 and 6. Now we can multiply this by 6, both the numerator and the denominator. We can multiply by 6, and we can multiply this, the numerator and denominator, by 5, and therefore we get 12 over 30 and 5 over 30. Now, since it's in fraction form, we're saying that 12 out of the 30 total students walk to school, 5 out of the total 30 students ride their bike. So that means we need to find the remaining number out of the total 30. So if there's 30 total, and we know there's 12 plus 5 here, 12 plus 5 is 17. So to find this, we can just do 30 minus 17, and we'll get 13. Yep. So now, as we can see, the ratio of students who walk to those who ride to those who catch the bus is 12 to 5 to 13. And that's how we get the answer. Now, the next question is, these shapes have equal perimeters. So we have a circle and a rectangle. Now, if they have equal perimeters, we need to make sure that we're equating them. So this is a circle. We know that a circle doesn't have a perimeter. It's called a circumference. And to find circumference, you have 2 times pi times r, which is the radius. Yeah. So our radius is 4 centimeters. So 4 times 2 is 8 pi. And that's also equal to this perimeter. So the perimeter for this one will be 2 times x plus 2. Now the reason for this is we add these two, and since it's a rectangle, these opposite sides will be equal to each other. So these two will be x plus 2, so we're multiplying it by 2, and these two will be x, so we're also multiplying it by 2, and now we can get 2 times 2x plus 2, don't forget the brackets, and when we expand the brackets, we get 4x plus 4. So 8 pi is equal to 4x plus 4. Since we want to find out the value for x, we need to isolate x, so leave it by itself. So we can bring this 4 to the other side, so 8 pi minus 4 is equal to 4x. Now x on its own would just be this expression divided by 4. Since it's multiplication here, when we bring it to the other side, it will become division. So 8 pi minus 4 divided by 4 would just be 2 pi minus 1, and therefore we get our answer B. Well, that's the end of the video, and I hope you found some of those practice questions and strategies really helpful. And those are just some of the few kinds of questions that you might get, and it's really worth getting lots of practice doing those sort of questions if you want to succeed in the selective school exam. Now, like I said earlier, if you think you might need some extra help and would like some selective school exam tutoring lessons, make sure you check out the description down below for some more details on how you can join my course and get a free trial lesson. But hurry, because spots are limited, so sign up soon. If you did enjoy that video, make sure you like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next one.